What's up, you amazing hackers? I hope you're all doing well today. So I wanted to make this video because we've reached over 4,000 subscribers, which is insane in such a short amount of time. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you guys so much for being loyal. I love you all. Let's get right into the video because you guys sent me some questions which I will answer right now. Stay tuned because we're going to do a giveaway, but first we're going to answer some questions. Let's get right into it, shall we? Now, Elias M. Hayes said, first of all, thank you for all the great content you've been putting out. I just found out for your YouTube account by accident, and it has amazingly helped me by both technologically and in methodology. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. How do you approach a target when you've chosen a target? So much fun. Sorry. How do you hack a target when you've chosen a target, but the target has so much functionality? So if the target has a ton of functionality, there's no shortcut to success. You have to go to each and every single one of those functionalities, and you have to do it really thoroughly. So that's really important. He also asked, and also when you try to focus on one or more class of bugs, but get tempted to look for other types of bugs. For example, when looking for XSS, you see a deleted functionality, and going for a deep rabbit hole trying to either that. Well, actually, that's really a good question. Thank you so much for posing that. So, first of all, what I would recommend is make a mind map, draw something, use Xmap. It doesn't really matter. Just make a mind map of your target with all of its functionalities and make sure you note down each and every single one of them. I always say in bug bounties there is no rabbit hole, you just have to investigate everything. That's as simple as that. Thank you very much for those questions, really thoughtful. Now for the giveaway. Have you ever wanted to spend 1 hour talking to the rat and getting a coaching session completely for free? Well, now's your chance. All you have to do is share this video on any social media platform. Make sure you put your tag in the comments below, and I really would like it if you guys subscribed and liked this video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really cannot thank you enough for all of those subscribers. It is insane. So let's get right on to the next question, shall we? Archer says, I have read many reports where people are able to bypass the checks, like Twitter safe URL redirect or HackerOne with %00. So that's a null character, if you guys didn't know that. Those null characters can be used to bypass filters. How do they do that? Like, what goes into thinking how to develop that attitude? Well, there's only a certain set of characters that you can try, so it's really easy. You just try that set of characters, and if you know that certain characters are for bypassing certain filters, so you just try them all in the beginning. You see that you have success on some of those parts, and then you move on, and you know that you have success, so you will recognize the filter next time you see it, and you'll know how to be able to bypass it. Really good question there. Thank you very much. Um, Next one from Nobody Cares. Why the story behind the thexssrat? Sorry. So the story behind the thexssrat is really pretty simple. I've always liked cross-site scripting, not in a bug bounty sense. I just really like the techniques behind cross-site scripting because you can do so many things with cross-site scripting, and rats are just really cool creatures, you know. I really adore them, and I've always wanted a rat, but their lifespan is very short, and that's why I don't have a rat. So really good question there. Thank you very much for posing it. Next one comes from Katie Paxton Fear, or also known as InsidePHD. If you guys haven't checked out InsidePHD yet, you should probably go check her out because she makes amazing content, guys. Really, really good content. Mine is a bit shorter, hers a bit longer, so if you really want to go deeper into the topics that I discuss or that you find online, you can go check out her videos. She makes amazing videos also for beginners. So her question is, who's your favorite content creator and why is it me? So really good question. I have several favorite content creators. Some people that I really look up to that when I started, you know, I was like, oh my god, I really want to be like these guys. So I'm talking about people like Stuck, I'm talking about people like InsidePHD because yes, you really do make good content. All of those guys make really good content, so those are some of my inspirations. Of course, Life Overflow, but I'm never going to get on his level, you know. It's amazing what kind of videos he makes, so those are some of my inspirations. Um, Also, right now at the moment, there's like this up and coming YouTuber called Rogue SMG. You should go check him out. He's really cool. That's Rogue SMG. Links will be in the description below, by the way, guys. And the next question that she asked is, what are your creative inspirations? My creative inspirations come actually from my hyperactivity. I have several mental issues. You guys probably know that already. And I keep coming up with ideas, and I have some kind of outlet. You know, it's YouTube for me, but I have to have some kind of outlet at the time. I have done several things, you know. I've done martial arts before, I've done model planes, I've done several things that I'm really interested in, but now hacking seems to have captured my interest for good, and that's something I really enjoy. So thank you for that question. The next one comes from, I cannot pronounce this name, Dimas Khalid Cesar. Sorry if I butchered that, I tried my best. Top 5 must watch movies. Now, for me, that's really interesting because I really like, of course, Harry Potter. I really like V for Vendetta. That's a really good movie for me. There are other movies that I like, let me think, that's really hard to think of on the spot, but there are some more that I like. Of course, The Matrix is a really good one. You should probably go see that. And there's this movie, I cannot think of the name right now, but there's a hacker called Rat in it, and that's of course one I would really recommend. I really enjoyed that one. And as for series, Mr. Robot, of course, that's a really good one. Really enjoyed the hacking parts of that. And also the drama in that one. That's also really interesting. Um, Stranger Things is one that I would really recommend everybody to watch, but you guys probably already seen all of these movies and series that I recommend. So on to the next one. Let's see here. This one is from Cyberpirate, one of my favorite people. Thank you so much for being on this channel, man. You make this community amazing. You always talk, you always share my videos, and I cannot put into words how much I appreciate that, you know. There are so many people like in this community that shine a bright light on it that it's unbelievable. Sorry for the diversion here for a second, guys, but I really have to talk about this. In our Discord channel, which we will find a link to in the description below, we have some amazing people. Like there's there's people always helping each other, and there's these amazing hackers, like very high level hackers on integrity in our Discord. So if you have any questions about bug bounties whatsoever, feel free to just drop them below in our Discord server. How you got into hacking is what he asks, and which bugs you found makes you feel proud. Well, I really wanted to be a hacker because I saw all these hackers and I wanted to be a hacker like them in the movies, of course. But then I realized quickly when I did IT, because I was a developer for several years, and then I was a software tester, I quickly realized that that's not how it works. And I really wanted to know the actual story behind hacking and how I could become a hacker. So I bought the Humble Bundle, and it included security ethical hacker, certified ethical hacker, I mean, sorry. So it included the CEH. And that's the one I wanted to do, but we had some internal pen testers in our company that told me to do OSCP, so that's the one I went for, and it really changed my life. That's how I got into hacking. The bugs that make me feel proud, I have several bounties that make me feel proud. One is from 750 euros, and it was where it was basically an IDOR. You could request things in other people's names by just changing the identifiers, and that was really interesting. I really liked that bug. There are other bugs that I really liked, like one time I found a stored cross-site scripting in a website that I was testing. That was a high severity, so that one also got me some bounty because the cookies were stealable, I believe. There is another bug that I found recently, and I really like those because I go find bugs that are more logic oriented. I cannot tell you guys too much from that, of course, because those bugs are still live. But what I can tell you is that I was just going to my settings and just messing with the parameters, and in the parameters there was a parameter that should not be there. So always look at your post requests. That is a big tip that I can give you guys. Now I was looking for my questions. The next one is going to be from Dimweb, also a really kind person in the Discord. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them. Dimweb asks, what was your first bug? That was the stored cross-site scripting I was talking about. So that was the first bug I ever found. What advice would you give your past self when you were first starting out? I would say just do it, just start. I had some really big doubts for myself, but you have to be thrown in the ring, you have to be thrown in front of the wolves, and you have to emerge as the leader of the pack, it's as simple as that. You have to get your feet wet to see if this is something for you. And he asks coffee or tea. Coffee, of course, I always drink my espressos. I really like those. So if you guys want to buy me a coffee, there will also be a link in the description below. What are your biggest inspirations is what Picanzo asks. My biggest inspirations, like hackers. Well, it's really hard because there are really good hackers like Nahamsek and Jason Haddix, and I look up to all of those, like Twitter is full of amazing people and the world is just full of amazing hackers, and I actually kind of look up to all of you, You're doing something that not a lot of people can do and you're trying to do it properly, like the white hat methodology. So it's like, how can I not be proud of you guys? What made you wanted to start your YouTube channel? Also a really good question. I was in a Slack group, and that Slack group often asks questions, so I'm always the person to want to answer questions. So if anybody ever poses a question, I really want to answer that, and I had to answer some questions several times. So I just started making videos and posted them on YouTube, and other people started to become interested in them as well. So I was like, why not just continue with this whole YouTube thing, And why the thexssrat? I already explained that. Also, really good question. Thank you, Picanzo. He also asked, what was your first critical bug finding? I actually made a bug bounty tip for that for you guys. So the bug bounty tip is, if you ever find a login page, directory brute force it and see if something's open that should not be. That was one of my first critical bugs. Did you get help from other hackers in the beginning? Of course I did, Find help, guys. Reach out to help. Reach out to people that know the stuff, Reach out to people that have made the mistake, so you don't have to. Everybody gets help in the beginning. It's as simple as that. No bullshit. If you don't get help, it's fucking hard. So that was that. Thank you very much, Picanzo, again. Also really hard to pronounce, so I'm just going to add our Twitter tag. Rod13E asks, what was your approach and preparation for first bug bounty? What do you think is essential? Well, I essentially went in with so first of all, of course, I made a basic methodology, like things I wanted to look for, things I knew I could look for and exploit maybe a little bit. And then if I could find some part of it, I would go much deeper. So no set methodology, just a couple of things that I wanted to try, and that was it. Essential is like a try harder mindset. You really have to dig deeper. When you find anything, it's really essential that you go very deep, and it's really essential that you actually make sure that you find all of the functionalities, all of them. If there's like a hidden API endpoint, you have to find that hidden API endpoint, because that's where the vulnerabilities are going to be. So on to the next one, how my desktop terminal looks. It looks dirty as crap. It's basically just a basic Mac screen, and then some basic files on there. I don't know what they are even. Rogue SMG asks, firstly, you're an amazing person. Thank you very much, man. From the bottom of my heart, lots of love to you. If you guys haven't checked out Rogue SMG yet, go check him out. Link will be in the description below. He asks, lots of love and huge respect for the stuff you do. Thank you very much, man. What's your usual day like? How do you manage job, YouTube, bounties, personal life, and everything? How do you manage your time? Have a good balance doing everything and still be sane. So it's pretty simple. My wife doesn't get back before 20, so I have like 20 minutes at noon where I can film videos, which is the time that I do these videos, which is the time that I actually film the videos. Basically, my day looks like I get up, I do my work for a couple of hours like I'm supposed to. Like I have a day job as well, of course. I do that day job. Then at noon, I pretty much film my video for real quick before my wife gets home with the kids. Then there's no more quiet time. Like sometimes film at night. Then I eat my meal real quick. Then I go on and work on my next work. There's enough to do all of the time. And when my day job ends, so my day job is pretty boring. I think I'm a QA test manager, but it also helps me with my bug bounties. When my day job ends, I play with my kid a little bit. I just make sure that she's happy. We go do stuff maybe, and then I basically just eat. I make dinner, or my wife makes dinner. We clean up a little bit, then we relax a little bit, and then maybe I'll do some bug bounties if I'm interested. Usually not. I'll just watch some TV to relax. And then, like at 8 p.m., the little one, the kid, will go to sleep. So then we have some time for ourselves. At that time, when she goes to sleep, we will basically do our stuff that we usually do, like just watch some TV, do some YouTube stuff, make sure that everything is in order, like the playlists, and then we basically just go to bed. We feed the baby, we go to bed. Sometimes I want to hack a lot more, so I'll stay up and I'll do my bug bounties after my wife goes to bed. That's basically the time I'm most productive as well. It's at night, so I'm most productive at night. And we get a lot of bugs from that time. Now, recently I haven't been doing a lot of bug bounties because I haven't been had a lot of time. I've been moving. I've been doing a lot of stuff for the server, for the channel. So I will keep hunting, of course, because you have to keep in the game to know what you're doing. That's very important. But it will be a lot less than usual. I'm hunting, I'm collabing as well, and that's where we find the most bugs that are most productive. So thank you guys very much for being here. Let's celebrate this like crazy. Let's go. Woo! Thank you everybody for being here. I will see you later. You guys are freaking amazing.